Hey, what's up, guys? This is Adventure on Purpose.
And I'm Kelly.
And I'm Mike.
And I'm Danny.
And I'm Lee.
Follow along.
On this podcast where we talk about all sorts of adventures. What types of adventures?
Well, we talk about not just adventures. We talk about money, mindset, pushing through, building empires, and just straight crushing it.
Mm-hmm. So, if you like that sort of thing,
hit the like button.
Download.
And listen.
Listen.
And also share with your friends, because we just want everyone to hear that you don't have to be serious all the time, but you still can, crush your goals and just be awesome.
Be happy.
Don't worry.
And live that perfectly adventurous life. What are we talking about? What do we got today?
Big dreams and how to do it.
Big plans.
What was that? What were you just singing?
Big plans.
Big plans.
I just sang that to Mikey. Big dreams. Oh, man. So we're talking about how to dream big and, actually come through with the dreams.
Yeah. I think it's because we've gone after little things and we're like, holy crap, no way. Big things are possible too.
I was also thinking in my head, all the things that we were dreaming about, when we first met, are, kind of happening right now. Which is weird. You guys have a kid, and we're married, and we both have houses, and
yeah.
So
that's so true.
Come true.
They do, but in the moment, they're hard to remember that. They take time.
That they were once a dream.
Yes. Yeah. So good.
Just the thought in your head.
Yeah.
What if?
Yeah, in the moment, it's hard to appreciate it sometimes too, and realize that I just keep shooting for this next dream, but did I celebrate the dream that I had already?
Yeah. You have to look back a little bit and not compare yourself to others.
Yes.
That's a trap we get in a little bit sometimes. And then we're like, holy crap. Well, we just started a podcast. We got married this year. We got a house, Airbnb, made a duplex. It's like, holy crap. Just relax.
Yeah.
At least for a little bit, and then keep going.
And then,
exactly. Yeah. And then you're like, okay.
A speed bump.
Yeah.
Speed bump of celebration.
Yes.
What do you guys do? How do you dream big?
How do we?
Do you write it down, or do you?
I think it's a lot of me, actually, of how we talk through it. We both dream.
He likes to chat.
We both dream, but and we dream together. But I think I like to go over it a lot more than Kel. It's not planned or anything though. It's just some days are slumps, and then during those slumps I just get to thinking, and then it just starts building, and then by the time we're laying down I'm talking about what the heck we're doing and what we're doing tomorrow, what we're doing the next day, then what we're doing in the end of the year. I just like to keep talking about it every once in a while, and I think it's a cycle too. It just it goes in okay, now I'm super excited. We talked about it, and then eventually you're riding it out, and then all of a sudden it comes back around again. But I don't know, how long do you think that is? Weekly?
Daily. I feel what you wanting or talking about it is a step in your head to it.
Yeah.
Huh.
So it's this little piece of success.
Yeah.
Even though like nothing was.
Which is tough because that can be bad.
Yeah, that can do the opposite.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, I already did that.
Yeah, it releases those good feels, and then you think that you actually achieved it slightly in your head. And I think just finding that, you know, that I think that's just my family or something, like that side, or the brown side, anyways, maybe, where you just like you talk about things, and then if you just talk about them, it's just kind of nice, and then it's like, oh,
that's
there you go.
Oh yeah, like you've like lived the dream in your head.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like you're tricking yourself.
You're tricking
You're
yourself.
like, sweet, that was awesome. All right.
Yep.
And then you don't go back.
You don't act.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. But I feel like we're pretty damn good at acting on them though too.
Yes.
I think it's because we share it with just ourselves and not with, you know,
Those ones
the
are
whole
like
world.
if you're at a family gathering and you talking about it, and then you're like, oh yeah, I did that already. You know, like with all the guys.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's like, I think there is something to be said about talking it out with your spouse or your person, and then saving it whenever anyone else is around, because, you know, once you put it out there, and I think mainly with family, I'm thinking this, or like close friends, because then you talk, I don't know.
Well,
you know
it
where I'm going
depends.
with
You
that?
gotta like read the person. Maybe they'll be helpful. You know.
Okay, I guess that's a good point, because a lot of times you're talking with family or people you're around. Anyways, for us, anyways, it's like, it's just kind of like you're letting it out, and then there's no.
You're just like talking to talk.
You're just talking to talk, and there's like nothing to add to it.
Right. Well, and most people don't think or, you know, write down goals.
Yeah.
Or like actually like think really big. And so it's like, it's not even worth your time most of the time to like even say anything about what you're, you know, that you're dreaming of in your head to others, because it's like they're just going to be like,
Good luck.
that's impossible.
Yeah.
You know? And then that's like negativity you just don't need anyway.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's like hard to I mean, because we're obsessed with goals. Like it's kind of ridiculous sometimes. We've got systems in place. We've got daily, weekly, monthly.
Yeah, so then talking to somebody on the opposite end of the spectrum, you're like, shoot, I'm just not going to talk to you.
I'm not going to,
And I've asked people like before, like coworkers and stuff, like, what do you guys like really want to do one day? And nobody really knows. Like, even like, I feel like even if you don't say your specific goals, you'll have like some kind of vision or like something that's like that's imaginative versus like, I don't know, I might make toast tomorrow. Right? Like,
yeah.
I've talked to so many people where they're like, their big goal for the year was to, I don't know, like not spend $1,000 on food or something, or just like really kind of lame goals in a way. Like there weren't even really goals. Like, I'm gonna clean this week.
What does that even mean?
Yeah.
You guys like have these not nightly, but your chats, like do you actually write down like how you're gonna get to that, or do you just like talk about it and then?
So that's the problem we have. We do like our yearly thing where we write everything down each year, but then we also do, we haven't been doing our, what we talked with you guys about more recently, writing on the calendar, 2 things. Like we do those things, but not what you're saying.
I feel like we sometimes in those night chats will just like write a note in our phone.
Of what to do, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we don't like This because it usually does happen right before we're going to sleep.
Right.
So we don't like take out the pen and then in the morning we like just don't carry it through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But you're like thinking about it, so that's
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still
No.
there.
right.
I think that's why I like to keep bringing
That's
it
why
up
it
because
happens
it
every
like
night.
because
I mean,
it like
you kind of have to, because like
Yeah.
otherwise your brain is just on so many different
Autopilot.
things. And
Right.
it's amazing because I even write my goals like every morning, and it's amazing. By the end of the day, you forgot that you wrote goals that morning.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, that's like kind of the importance of like writing goals or talking about goals frequently, because it's like because then you just start distracted on something else in the moment, and then you forgot like, oh dang, I was actually trying to get some other things done.
yeah.
We had this conversation the other day because it's like hunting season in Montana. Like, so Mikey last year was like hunting big time already. So I asked them like, are you like jealous of your friends that are hunting? And what was your response?
So the thing that I keep reminding myself is like, I really want to like do those more adventurous hunts and like do a lot of hunting. But I'm going to sacrifice that a little bit now to like actually get myself there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not worried about like spending a little bit of money on this and that, or you know, like and being able to take like the week trip versus like a day or two weekend type thing. But
Mhm.
is that what I said?
Yeah.
Something like that. But basically I was just reminding myself that like I'm trying to work for the future, not current like feel good like status.
Yeah.
I feel like we use that reminder with like a lot of things right now in
Yeah.
our life.
Well, particularly or specifically, like we don't want to live in the city, but we wanted to get these two places because like we know we're going to be uncomfortable for a couple of years because we're in the city. We're not out, you know, on our land somewhere. But we're setting we're getting a foundation, you know, here.
Yes.
Yeah. So you got to remind yourself like daily, like we're going to sacrifice now
Right.
for later.
Yes.
Also, had a really good chat with a landowner this week, and I was checking out his property because we're going to be listing it, but it's like over 500 acres, and it's an epic property. It's just a really beautiful property, full of agriculture, hardwoods, like just a really awesome property. And like I was just like, we had toured the property. It was just like super stoked, and like I was actually like talking to the landowner and getting to know him really well. Afterwards, it was like raining, and we were just sitting in this giant like pole barn, you know, with the newest tractors you could ever imagine, and like all the like really nice equipment that he just stores up at this place and then farms a different location.
Yeah.
And we were just chatting about houses and like debt. It was like really awesome. And he was talking about like, because I asked him, like, do you owe anything on the property? He's like, no. I was like, really? That's awesome. And we like started talking about like starting small. And like when he started farming, like he didn't go buy the $1 million tractor. He went and bought something that he could get by, that he could fix up. And like they lived in a tiny little house when they first started, but they never had like any debt. Like they always paid for everything.
Oh, nice.
And like slowly worked up, and they like didn't care that they lived in a little shoebox when they first started. And now they have like some of the best, like highest producing croplands in Minnesota, and don't owe anything, live on a lake. They have, I mean, it's just like they took those steps to like sacrifice now so the kids
sacrifice now for later.
And they aren't, and they're not that old. you know, comparatively to like people that are 65 and just been grumpy, dreaming about 35 years of work and retiring, you know?
Yeah.
But I also wonder, like, how long are sacrifices? Like, are we going to be the people that, like, think we need to sacrifice forever? Like that, you know what I mean?
Will there always be something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
like,
so
I feel
true.
like that can be, like, not a bad thing either. But, like, how long are we going to have that mindset of, like, I need to sacrifice now?
Yeah.
Or, you know?
Yeah, because when we went, like, super hardcore on not spending anything, like, we kind of had to, like, remind ourselves that
it's okay to spend some money
on the things that you really enjoy.
Yeah.
Like for example, like this week he went and got his bow tuned up, but he's been like thinking about doing that for like months, but was like, I don't want to spend the $30. It's like that's the stuff we want to spend on. So it's like, how do you shift so you spend on actually what you want and not feel bad?
Yes.
Actually had guilt that I was going to spend $30 for the last 8 months.
And then it's like he went and he was like, why didn't I do that 7 months ago?
Because now I
something that you use a ton.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's like a thing we need to like work on too, is like dreaming huge, but also like remembering that right now is also a huge part of our lives. So we need to like do stuff now too. But
to be happy now.
Yes.
So yeah. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I feel like that with us for like running shoes.
Okay.
Like we literally
spend minutes in them.
Yeah, we spend so much time in our running shoes, and we. Or wait, what do you say?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Okay. Like, don't we spend like hours?
Yeah. Well, I was just kidding with the minutes.
Oh, okay.
Oh
no. But like we run so much, and we think about it so hard when we're at the running store.
We're like, oh, should we spend this? Because running shoes are kind of annoying.
Yeah. But like, we're not spending money on freaking Dish TV. We're not spending money. Like, there's so many things here, and we're thinking about our running shoes, which we spend just so much time.
It's literally something that gets you outside even more.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I think we can do like half a year more on these shoes. No.
I'm going through that right now. I'm like dragging my feet a bit.
Yeah.
Danny actually got her new shoes. Like, she's finally gotten okay with like, this is the one thing I like to actually get new like athletic shoes.
His literally has 3 pairs and they all have a hole in them. But he won't buy. It's like your feet are whatever. But I get
it. I'll get
anyways. Here's another thing that we try to do, but it's hard with COVID right now a little bit, but like surrounding ourselves with people that are like at the level that we want to be at, which is also kind of weird because they're like mostly like, for me, it's like they're already like moms, and so it's like kind of hard to relate with them right now. But like, I met with this gym owner the other day, and it's like she's just like worried about her 4 kids, and like, so that's like different too, but like they have been through what we want to go through. So it's like learning from them. But like, and that's just like when I meet with someone like that, I just get so jacked up. Like they are, 10 years older and they're still like worried about what we are right now, or, they're not really any different than us. They're just like have been through it a little farther. So
that probably excites them.
What's that?
It probably excites them just as much or more.
Yeah.
Because like when you talk about your journey, it's like that little piece of like, oh yeah.
And they're always like, man, I wish I would have like had your mindset when I was your age. Like sometimes I feel like we feel behind, but it's like we are not behind.
You might be ahead.
Yeah.
But it's like nice reminder to like meet with people that tell you like, holy crap.
Slingshot engage.
Yeah.
Love it.
And I was also thinking, like, even like Instagram, like surrounding yourself with like people on Instagram that are like positive and like real estate investors, or like, you know, whatever you want to be one day or are working
Mhm.
towards.
Well, yeah, you spend so much time looking at that.
Yeah.
I
That
mean,
can be an actual positive thing about social media.
yeah, if
If
you
you use it like correctly.
yeah.
Right.
Like, for example, this delivery. Since COVID, I was sitting at home all these months. I literally followed like all these people, like
Who talk about
took
being
their
in labor for
word to
10
like
minutes.
and like just like soak their words and their techniques in like every single day. And like during it, I was like thinking about these people, and I was like I practiced their
Yeah.
mindset and their whatever, and I was actually thinking about them during it, and I was like, that was
That's
like
awesome.
a win.
And
Yeah.
it's like, that's why they shared those stories. They don't even know you, but like
Yeah.
they impacted you.
And it was all on social media. I don't know who they are, where they live,
Yeah.
but
You should reach out to
They
them and be
changed-
like,
they actually
You
changed my
helped
life.
me.
Yeah.
because it's like,
Well, actually, the ones that I do follow, so many of them would share, like, all these people, like, reach out to them after and are like, thank you for, like, sharing this free, like, knowledge.
right.
Because it, like, changed my entire
Send them
journey.
some scrappy wood earrings.
Yeah. That's good.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Like,
But-
that'd be amazing.
But it's tough for me when Kel is talking to family and people who like went through hard labors, and then they almost like envy Kel a little bit. It's tough for me to like not say anything because I saw how hard she worked for those 9 months beforehand.
Right.
Like she put some serious time into developing that breathing technique that she did, and all of those core strengthening exercises she did just specifically for this little one for that day on Tuesday.
Right.
And I don't think people like, we're pretty good at that mindset because, you know, we know how to focus for a race or for training for a big
Same
run.
thing.
It's the same thing. Like, you put all this effort into this one day, and I think that's tough for a lot of people to understand.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
You should say something next time someone says
I know.
Just
I
to
know.
see, like, because I feel
You
like,
have kind of.
I've started to work myself into it. Like,
yeah.
But I still don't think people like truly understand like
Right.
what he's saying. Like, oh yeah, she probably just. I think they think like, yeah, she kept running and working out. No, that's not it.
no.
Like
that's what you always do.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking about the things you do further than that,
Mhm.
which they don't understand.
like the behind the scenes
Behind the
stuff.
scenes.
Yeah, like they just see the runs at the
Right.
run and oh yeah, she did breathing, but no, like, breathing is massive.
Yeah.
It is so massive when it comes to that. She just like breathed her way through that whole pregnancy and did it like a freaking champ.
So Danielle, I'll just send you everything
Yes,
I've
please.
looked someday.
all the gals that you
Yeah.
followed.
But actually, I learned a lot of them from Kate.
Yeah. Which this is a good reminder, like, on like, you know, Instagram, it seems like you had this awesome delivery or whatever. But like when you see someone else post, it's like they've worked and worked and worked to get to like that one post. Like if they, you know, whatever it is, it's like there's so much more behind the scenes that they're probably not even sharing.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like that's hard to also remember when you're looking at Instagram or whatever.
Oh yeah, because it can be that like perfect world.
Yeah.
But,
And
like,
I think that's the beauty. I think that's the beauty of those ones that she follows, because they're the only ones that
Oh, that's true.
actually
Yeah.
show those
In
those
this
top.
this category of
yeah.
life,
Yeah.
yeah, they do actually show the negative and the
The negative and
struggles.
what you can do to get through it.
Yeah.
Which is, that's what matters.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're like trying to learn from someone.
Mhm.
That's,
Sweet.
that's kind of a good reminder, actually.
Mhm.
hmm
Dang.
So, what are like tips for our listeners?
Yeah. for dreaming bigger. Having bigger
What's
dreams.
our summary?
My
we can-
number one tip is like writing. Actually, like write it on whatever
Your
whiteboard,
bathroom mirror.
and surround yourself with other people. It's like, and like even if it is on Instagram, actually like engage with their content or message them or whatever, you know. So that's my 2 tips. Write it down and surround yourself with influential, there you go, people.
I would say I'm actually always been like a really big dreamer. Always. Never haven't been. And like
I'm right there with you.
I didn't maybe realize it when I was younger, but like I would have like vivid thoughts. And my tip would actually be to draw it out. That's what I used to do when I was little, is I would actually draw out my dream, and I didn't realize like how powerful that like is, and I don't do it enough now actually. Like it would be so much more helpful if you like just spent that time, like because we've worked on like actually making things as vivid as you can, because all of a sudden rather than just a dream, it's real. So then you can like see where you need to go.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. So go ahead. Sorry.
But to that's where you like, if you have any tips, because it's like that's where you're almost living the dream a little bit. So it's like, what do you know, how do you just make sure you're like working towards that versus like, oh, I lived it, I'll live it again here in a week.
Yeah. What do you mean, just quick before I say it, what do you mean like draw? Do you mean like draw like how you do with your bubble charts with the web?
I mean, that's one way to do it, but like when I'm saying draw it, like when I was a little like 8-year-old, rather than drawing dinosaurs and stick figures, I was like drawing my bait shop that I wanted to have that day, and like actually drawing out my future house, and like I like
you're a visual person.
I love that a lot.
Yeah.
I love that a lot because like you're taking what's up here and making it almost halfway real. Like
right.
you're making it somewhat real by putting it on that paper, and then it's like going like this. So it's a little loop every time you look at what you're drawing. But you should draw your what is it? Your wall in your house of the fish that you can see through. Remember when you explained to
yeah. I'm gonna do that. That is great.
Yeah, randomly.
Yeah.
That is great.
The aquarium.
Have your house have a wall where you can see the fish through the wall.
So awesome. That would be so great. Because I would draw my house when I was little, and I had this long winding driveway to the house. And my drawings are not great. They're just like very 2-dimensional type drawings, but I tried to make them like 3D as best as I could. But the white-tailed deer ended up being stick figures all the time. But,
Nice.
yeah, I'm gonna do that. That's gonna be.
I
That's
think
our challenge for the week is draw out.
Ooh, should we all
Nice.
come back with a drawing?
Yes, and that's like
Let's do it.
relaxing, I think.
Yeah.
I think it actually has something to do with like activating different parts of your brain.
Yeah.
Because like just the act of writing something versus just thinking it in your head is something else that like actually makes that commitment. So that kind of goes off of Dan's too, is just like that writing or drawing is like that commitment to your actual dream. So rather than a dream, now it's a goal.
there could be something there. Write your dreams down and draw them down. I don't think I've heard anyone say that.
Yeah. If writing isn't working, switch to
Draw.
drawing.
Draw.
And use some colors too.
Yeah.
And stay in the lines.
Don't go outside of the
Yeah.
line. What about you, Lee?
I just think I'm more up here for that. Like I want to say like allow yourself. Like there'll be like two things I got here. Like allow yourself to get to that point, to get to that dream in your head. I think people get stuck in their job, and then there's kind of a block there, a mental block there before, or so they just can't like reach it anymore. They can't like mentally grasp it anymore, that dream that they have. Mm-hmm. And I think like allowing yourself, like actually like thinking it's okay for me to think this, and it doesn't matter. So then my second thought would be you have to like cut off other people's thoughts of it. You have to completely sever, like think about like severing the thoughts of other people coming at you. Like put up a block there instead of in your head. Put up a block for other people's thoughts rather than your head. So like literally think, like literally it's okay for me to shoot for this dream, and it's not okay for anyone to hate or anyone to say bad things about my dream. So I don't know, that's just what I'm thinking. Like really like focus on that every day too. Like that's a tough thing once you've 10 years into a 9-to-5 job or more, and you just want to completely change your thought process. That would, I feel like that would take some time to straighten that out. But those are my two thoughts.
What about you, Cal? What is your tip?
A little bit along the same. I think it's hard to do, but yeah, not giving a care what people say about it, or what even like what your close family or friends say about it. Like that might even be more so. Like just don't even, like just don't care. We have to get in that like I don't care mindset.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you're a kid, like why do we lose that sense of like confidence? Like,
oh man,
when you're a kid and that everyone did it. You draw or whatever, paint. What do I want to be when I grow up? And you don't, like when we're kids, we don't care. It's like, yeah, I'm drawing an astronaut. Like that's what I'm gonna be. And I don't care what this kid next to me or the teacher says. Like kids don't even think about people caring and being an option.
Yeah.
Like, why do we lose that? Like,
mm-hmm.
I think trying to just enter that I don't care kid zone.
I don't care kid zone.
How do you think you can like get rid of that judgment? Like when you're writing down your stuff, like what is like?
It's hard to do.
It is hard.
I think your guys' way is pretty good because you're constantly writing these things down, and that's like constantly affirming, or you're affirming it in your brain. So it's like keeps building in your brain. But yeah, how would you stop the other thoughts? Like that's good that you're like building that up, if you keep writing it down and you keep talking it through.
I was listening to a podcast the other day, and it was talking about it's two girls on the podcast, and they were like sitting at a coffee shop or something, and they saw this girl across the table, and they were like, oh, she's super cute, and she's super like, she must be, whatever. And it's like, then they got to thinking like, she probably is like looking at us saying the exact same thing, and like is like would be scared to come talk to us, So it's like that's kind of what I've thought about too, and I'm like thinking like people would judge me. It's like they're probably looking at me like
doing the same.
Like you never know.
Yeah. So that's kind of like how I try to like get over judgment, is like they're probably like not thinking that at all, And
Yeah.
they're probably like, holy crap, she's crushing it. When I'm like thinking like they're like, you know, thinking something completely different.
Yeah.
Because yeah, everyone has like insecurities and whatever, but like you just gotta shift it and say like they're not even thinking that about me. Like, and if
I like
they
that.
are, it's like good for them, not my problem.
Yeah.
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 But it is hard to like remember that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so what did you say, Cal? Get the kid.
Yeah, but how did I word it?
Get the kid back.
Yeah.
Get the
Something
kid
like that.
mentality back.
The kids out.
Be an astronaut if you want.
Yeah. I said to allow yourself.
Allow.
Allow yourself.
Draw it out.
Like straddle.
Surround yourself with awesome people.
That's good.
Boom. I love it.
That is.
What is your biggest dream? We'll end with that.
Ooh. You want to say it?
Yeah, you don't have to say it if you don't want to.
Man.
I think to not worry about, to be at a point where you don't have to worry what you do during the day. Yeah,
Your
you've
days
created.
are open-ended.
Yes, days are open-ended to where we can go fish at like Isle Royal one day, and then the next day go whatever. But I'm not like saying that how people just vaguely say it. I want to work for it through real estate, through hopefully our smaller businesses. Yeah, I don't want it to just poof like most people think.
Yeah.
I want to actually struggle through the process to get there, because there's just something about that struggle that makes you feel real good about the good stuff at the end. But like how do we be more specific about that? I guess I'm being vague still.
So my biggest dream.
10
10 a.m. workout.
Yes. Yes, for sure. That's in there. But is to be in a place in life where we have our spot in the mountains.
Okay.
With our little tiny shack cabin. That's like still pretty simple, but we take off from here in the Midwest with our little nuggets and are going to spend a couple months there. And then we're going to wake up in the morning and literally hike out our door or bike out our door. So whatever we do to get there, that's the dream.
Yes.
Sweet.
Getting after it.
What
about you guys?
What is yours?
You guys got it.
Yeah. It's funny because he was drawing that long driveway, and that's like always what I wanted, is like woods on both sides of my driveway, open to like this awesome house. It doesn't have to be a nice house. I'd rather have nice land than like a nice house.
Yes.
Like I'd rather have an old creaky house with like these awesome trails and whatever.
With an aquarium.
Yeah.
But
I want.
Don't forget about that.
I want to like literally each day is so different. Like I don't want to wake up every morning and like I want to have a routine, but I don't want it to be like I go to this one spot for 8 hours a day. I want to be like at noon I'm gonna go have coffee with a friend, and at 2 I'm gonna go like coach a CrossFit class. So that's what I want, is like. And I want to work. It's like I don't want to like get financially free and then like all of a sudden stop doing anything.
Not doing anything. Yeah.
Like I just want to wake up and literally every day is a little bit the same, but also totally different. And I don't want to send my kids to full-time daycare. Like I want to hang out with them.
Yes.
I want a job where I can be like, okay, Tuesday we're going swimming or whatever. And I always write down I want to travel, but like to me that doesn't mean like flying to California. That means like going camping for a week in Minnesota or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like just driving somewhere else instead of like, traveling the world. I just want to like see cool spots around here too.
Yes.
That's it. A little switch up every day.
See?
Yeah.
What is mine? There's so many. No.
What amount of acreage?
Yeah, lots of acres.
What amount of acreage would make you happy, I guess? I wanted to ask.
The number that I've always dreamed about is having like a contiguous acreage of at least 1,000.
Nice.
Just because I've always wanted to just have that complex of just, we can literally make it whatever we want.
Yeah.
It's our own little like playground.
Well, and you're in such a great field for it. Like you're land real estate. so
and it's like it's like 100% possible. And even if there's not like, there's really not that many tracts of land anymore in Minnesota that are like maybe more than 1,000 acres. You know, there is some for sure, but like it's not as many. It's fewer and far between. But like on that note, like it's not impossible to like figure out how to like block some things together and like actually figure it out and make it happen. But yeah, just like having our own little playground that we get to make into our own. And one thing I always have kind of like, it's always just been there, is because I really enjoy like products and like new ideas and stuff for products for the hunting and fishing world. And it's like, I just don't want to ever feel guilty going to spend a couple $100 to go get some materials to like make this random thing and just like go and make a prototype. And like just have my own little workshop that, you know, it might not be every day that I'm in there, but it might be like, I just have the idea and just go do it. Like I'm not like writing it down to like, maybe one day I'll go back to that. I just want to be able to like, I have a crazy idea. I'm going to go do it right now. Not even think of waiting to do it. Just go do it.
Nice.
So that could be with a lot of things. Just like, oh man, wouldn't that be awesome to go
Running right now.
running in Georgia right now? You know?
So
Yeah.
But I dream of working more than I ever have. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it
I
does.
feel like I could be working more ever than I would a 9 to 5, you know?
Yeah.
Which is weird to say.
There it
Love
is. Dream big, folks.
Dream
Keep
big
dreaming.
and keep dreaming. Yes.
Keep dreaming.
Never stop.
Stop believing.
Hey everyone, nope. When it's scripted, it's tough, man. This has been Adventure on Purpose.
What's your purpose? Oh, I like it.
Oh, nice.
What's your adventure?
I like that a lot.
Say that again.
Did you?
You ready?
I'm excited. Do that again.
Say it again.
Oh no. What's your purpose?
Do we answer?
No, she's saying it too.
Yeah.
Like that's
Like, see ya.
See ya.